gods are excited for our podcast to start here.
Woo, baby.
They can't wait, baby. They can't wait.
That's how you start a podcast. Hold on here.
Oh, you ready?
All right,
I think Mother Nature did that already for you.
I hope, because this time, I'm trying to make sure I look good. What do you think, Chris? Can you see it from here? Pat looks good.
Yeah, you look all right.
Got the nice new shoes on.
I'm getting a little comfy.
Caught these on sale, Pat, for
at Kohl's.
the $30 right here.
Nice.
Pretty nice, right? Not a bad find. Ladies and
You
gentlemen,
do a lot worse for $30.
Absolutely.
I didn't know if I was going to wear these ever. Let me tell you what. All right, hold on. Let's start
Can I talk about Pat's lovely hat that he's wearing real quick?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Pat, we were at a block party last week before we hung out with you.
You didn't see me
You
last
didn't
week.
see me.
Oh,
last
no.
week.
That's right, I didn't. You were in
Was it Wisconsin?
Wisconsin. Before we saw you
Oh,
today,
yes.
we were at a block party last Saturday.
Yep.
Guy pulls up with a cooler. This guy named Dennis. He knows my dad, apparently. Says he's a
Was
legend.
that your parents' block party?
No,
No.
this is Ryan Cool's block party.
Small world, by the way. Small world, by the way.
Small world. Dennis Johnson knows Big Mike. Apparently, they partied down in Costa Rica back in the day.
Big Mike requested a twist at my wedding, for the record.
Did he
Good
really?
man. Good man.
Wait, Big Mike or...
No, Michael McGraw had said.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
The twist? Don't
The
play the freaking... This idiot.
Play the twist.
I'm going to play just for Big Mike.
Yeah.
Big Mike wants it. Big Mike's going to get
Have
it.
you ever seen Michael do the twist? It's the best thing ever.
Oh,
Come on
I
now.
want to see it. I
It's
want to
good.
see it now.
We gotta
Me
play.
and Chris, so Lauren, of course, had the RSVP, whatever shenanigans immediately before I got home. And
Oh, what song did she choose for
she
you
didn't
guys?
choose any songs because she said she wanted to get it done.
Yeah, she did not choose a song.
So me and Chris are going to come up with a 40-man playlist.
40-minute playlist.
Yeah.
Yeah, something like, Leaky Luke or...
Trader Todd.
Timmy Trumpet.
All right, am I coming through okay? Just wanna
Yeah,
make
you're
sure.
good.
Okay.
Yeah, coming in
All
too.
I can't hear myself in the podcast and I get nervous. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you again
You were
for
saying
joining
about
us.
the ham
Shut your
I'll
stupid...
let Pierre do his little
Go ahead,
introduction.
Chris. Finish the story.
So we were at the block party, and the guy bust out a cooler. You know what he had in the cooler?
Miller Lite.
cooler.
6 tall boys of Ham's beer.
But no hat.
No hat, but he had the tall boys. I was impressed.
They had signs aplenty in Katrina's hometown of hams.
Ooh, I'm excited to hear about hometown partying with you, little small town partying.
Yeah, I would love to hear about Santa Claus, too.
Yeah.
Santa Claus is getting it, man. Santa Claus is getting it.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again here for joining us on a beautiful Saturday night. It's actually Saturday morning, almost 2 hours away. We are here again on a Friday after a beautiful day in Chicago, 104 degrees with the heat index. Tomorrow's not going to be so bad. Right now, it's pretty nice. It's storming out a little bit. I got my boy Chris McGraw on the ones and the twos, hitting the mics.
Yep, and turning off the air conditioner so we don't hear it in the background
That's a
anymore.
good call. And we got Pat in the hams. As always, we can't have the four musketeers. We always got to lose somebody in this podcast. This man, the world traveler, Joseph Keneally,
So
is
the first
in
one I
Ireland.
missed. I only missed one recently.
Yeah, that's true. I think out of all of us, I think Pierre has the best attendance, and then it's probably you, Pat.
I think it's you, then me.
It could be a close one, but
Chris has had a lot of dates.
I've had a lot of Saturday night dates.
A lot of dates.
Glad those have gone well for you to miss the podcast.
Yeah, apparently they've gone real well for enough for me to miss the podcast a few times.
Okay, so let's start with Pat. What are you thinking? We're drinking tonight. One of our favorites, Leinenkugel. Chris, you're going to read for me?
Leinenkugel's Honey Lemon Light is a refreshing 99-calorie light beer made with juice from real lemons and sweetened with locally sourced Wisconsin honey. This easy-drinking light beer delivers a crisp citrus taste with a slightly sweet finish. Perfect for long days on the lake. The Leinenkugel family.
I'd say it's an accurate description.
Yeah, I like it.
It's nice. It's nice and light and refreshing.
Is this like the light version of the shandy? Like, is the
I
shandy
think it's a
like
less
lot of
lemony
calories, or-
version of the shandy.
Okay, because I kind of like the shandy more a little bit.
Yeah, I do too. But it's a nice little difference. I saw it was little. I saw what they had there in the local liquor store up in Wisconsin.
Oh, this was in Wisconsin. You got it.
Yeah.
So you pay the 1% sales tax.
Yeah, I go all out for you guys.
You're the man, Pat. You're the
What a
man,
guy.
baby.
Listen, ladies and gentlemen, let him pat him on the back. Give me a little crap. Give him an applause for him, Chris. Get up there.
You got it. If I can find the right one.
Pat Lynch.
I'm going to give him this one first. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to give him that
I'm
one.
not gonna
because
give
the
anything,
volume's down.
evidently.
This
Stupid.
podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
I
I
got it
think
right.
for 1 week
Nice.
and this goes to shit.
I always forget that I
Okay,
turn
so
the
I have a
volume
lot
down.
I want to discuss. So let's start with Pat Lynch and getting us beer and taxes. So we have a buddy. Oh, this actually is a combined together one thing, but this just brought it up. You know, they have to pay an extra 1% on liquor in Wisconsin, right?
that true?
I don't know. You said 1%. I thought it
Oh,
meant
no,
as
no.
well,
Their sales tax is a hell of a lot lower than our sales tax. It's the only reason why it was a joke of
That's
him
a good
having
call.
to pay 1% sales tax.
So Brian Doherty, one of the groomsmen in the wedding that we are a part of tomorrow. Ladies and gentlemen, men, if you're out there and you got some buddies and they can't be groomsmen, but you want to be a part of the wedding party, you don't have to do it. Most guys are okay. Let's be honest.
don't make me
Well,
an usher.
you
Put
can
me on
make
the
guys
bus.
ushers. You just don't have to get them to wear tux.
Yeah.
Or make me show up at
Brian's-
9:30.
Or just say, hey guys, you couldn't be in the wedding party, but we want you to do everything about the wedding party. So we want you on the bus. We want you at the wedding. We want you at the rehearsal dinner. We want you to have fun with us. That would be great.
Yeah, that's great.
Like
I
Brian,
have to do
Brian
it.
Hamilton is going to be partaking in all the stuff like the rehearsal dinner. And
Guess who
things.
else is going to be? John Jacob, because Age is not coming. So we have invited John Jacob into the group.
Okay.
Interesting. I did not know that. So John's just the only one that showed up.
Age is not coming to because she's got a thing. She's got a work event she can't get out of. So John knows nobody
She's
else.
gonna
has
miss her best friend's wedding.
Oh yeah. It's gonna be sad.
Not me.
So to go back, John will have a great time. So I told John, I'll just pick you up. You're gonna come with. So the thing I was thinking about. So Brian Doherty,
you
one of the
could be your
groomsmen-
+1, Chris.
could be your +1, buddy.
Cutting down that number.
No, but yes. So
That's why I haven't RSVP'd yet and waiting, holding out luck for a +1.
oh, nice, good for you, buddy. That would be so.
You can also
awkward.
buy one for the night.
I hate you, Pat. I fucking hate you.
Thanks, Pat. So
I know
again,
you guys
I'll
missed
finish
me.
my story if you'd like.
I don't think so.
It's probably not that great of a story now, but it still pisses me off. So Brian Doherty, very very nice guy, groomsman, getting a little tipsy today. Any opportunity he gets, he shits on Chicago.
Just drinking the beer, getting.
Oh, no, they started with the Tito's.
No,
and
they
Sprite.
started Tito. No, it wasn't even
Could've-
Tito's.
no,
It was
could've
Tito's
been-
and soda.
Tito's and soda. You're right,
Okay.
absolutely.
So they get the fuck up drink when I ordered. Got it.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
No, they definitely got. No, they are the ones that get Tito's and soda. Like they were asking, like it was soda water.
Some
I
people
saw
like it. Some people like it. Not
Fair.
for my
Yeah,
choice.
I know.
I'd
Yeah.
rather go with Sprite, and he likes to shit on Chicago,
With a little lemon.
and it pisses me off because he doesn't understand that he pays more in income taxes. than we do.
Wasn't he here? Didn't he live here? Does
Yeah, he
from
lived
For a
here,
little bit. Now, but he's been in Milwaukee
Is he
quite a bit
from?
now.
Is he from here?
He's in Park. He lives
Park
in Park
Ridge?
Ridge.
When did he move to Wisconsin?
Maybe about
3 years? 4
I
years?
think he probably moved up there.
As John left, Brian came in. No, John and Brian were there for maybe a year together.
Okay.
Because I remember the one party, he never showed up. I think he was working. I think it was the last Summerfest he was up there that we went to.
I mean, Wisconsin's an okay state. You know, I don't have any issues.
I
with
don't
it.
have any issues with it outside the fact that it does have the highest income tax rate of any state in the Midwest.
It does.
I just hate that. I get tired of people talking shit about Chicago.
I saw
Listen,
a fact the other day that they asked like the top 5 most
crap, where's my cell phone?
crime-ridden cities in the U.S.
It's up on the counter.
Chicago was not even in the top 15.
Yeah.
Of course it isn't.
For the record.
Yeah, people love the just. But I mean, we're hot. I get it.
Do you know what number 1 is just for the fun of it?
Midwest, St.
East.
Louis.
St. Louis.
It is in the Midwest, and it is St. Louis.
Yeah, St. Louis for sure.
And there's and there's 2 in Alabama.
That's Midwest too. Alabama's Midwest.
No, there's 2. No, this is a nation.
No, he's talking
This is
about
a
nation.
St. Louis is the shit. Is an absolute shithole.
It's number uno.
Yeah,
They're
scary.
the lead leaguer.
The leader in sports and killing entertainment.
Oh, you guys hear that?
Yeah, it's you can hear the rain. It's coming down pretty
Now
good out
we're
there.
gonna go to Alley for weather here.
Yeah. And we're gonna go. It's raining outside.
Go to the weather. Chris, what's the weather like?
It's raining.
All right. So Pat Lynch, give me a little bit of so talking about Wisconsin. Give me a little bit. How was your last? How was last weekend for you? As you were not on the podcast, I'd love to hear. And you missed volleyball, so I'd love to hear how Wisconsin.
I'm sure my presence was missed greatly at volleyball.
It was a little bit.
What was the team at volleyball?
It was me, Peter, Mark Hamilton,
Oh, Mark Hamilton showed up.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good for Mark.
Brian Hamilton, Rachel, Grecia. I think that was and Franklin.
And Franklin.
Most of the team made it.
Yeah,
Besides
I
Joe
mean-
Keneally.
Besides Joe Keneally, Sarah, Lauren,
Joe had
Lindsay's
the
ringers.
Nice. Way to go, Pat. Yeah, he had a Pat. Or supposedly he had the flu for a couple days.
The Irish flu.
I don't know. He said he had the chills, and it could have been the Irish flu. Maybe just I don't know.
No, you guys look like you were having a good time on Saturday night.
Oh,
I got
we'll get into it,
I got
Pat.
serrated.
Let's go to Wisconsin.
I got serenaded on
did.
Snapchat.
Always. Go ahead, Pat. Tell me about Wisconsin.
Yeah, it was a pretty.
Where did we go? What on Friday night? What are we doing?
Friday night.
What time do you get out there? Give me a little of this, a little of that.
We got there about 3:30-ish, 4-ish, somewhere around that range. And we stopped by her grandparents.
No car troubles?
No, thankfully. Shouldn't be. It's a brand new car.
Knock on wood.
So no vehicle issues. Pretty sure I could have made it there on one tank of gas with a new car, actually. If I really had to. I think I could have. But anyways, that's really not important.
That's, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we got Rich McGee over here. Just bought a brand new Subaru. If you're looking for a new car with some good gas mileage, Subaru Legacy.
Yep, very good gas mileage.
Okay, so 4:30, you're out there. We say we kiss the parents, kids, the babies.
Yeah, so we hung out. We checked in our hotel and we hung out with the grandparents probably till about 8 or so, 8ish, and then we
You didn't hang out at you didn't sleep at the grandparents' place?
No, because they don't have the bedrooms upstairs are not really set up. Like their uncle's in from Norway, so he's got like the one room that's kind of set up, and the other three are not really set up, and there's no AC, and it's hotter there than here because it hasn't rained there, and like it hasn't rained there since like May.
Brian was telling us it's been bad. They have a really bad drought.
If you look at they have a map of Wisconsin, the drought, like Milwaukee's kind of like orangish, like where Katrina's family is, it's like brighter than red.
Yikes!
Like it is ungodly dry over there. And so then we went to there's a bar in the hotel we stay at that it's got like they usually have a live band on Friday. Band wasn't super great this time, but they do got Tall Boy.
That's such a kick in the pants.
They got Tall Boy Summer Shandies for a solid, like we're talking 22 ounces, Chris.
22s.
$5.
Dude, it was $9 beer night tonight.
Lady was like $3. It's like a $30 minute from credit card. Like that's not gonna be a problem.
2 beers for the price of
Damn,
one.
whoa, hold on. Wait, can we bring this back? $30 minimum?
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah, I said that's not gonna be a problem though.
But still, that's kind of insane.
I mean, I drank 4.
So what they want is cash.
Yeah, they do. Most people in the other bars around there are cash, mostly cash only.
Oh wow!
Forgot about that. Luckily, I had a pocket hundo like Chris.
Pocket hundo.
Good. We need some. I need to get some cash for the casino tomorrow. But
forgot about the pocket hundo until the second bar.
Yeah, that's a smart move.
But so I polished off about 5 of those tall boys.
Oh my god!
Feeling good and loose.
Katrina had 3
on your own.
Katrina was with me.
What the? Keep going.
It was a band. The band was playing. I'm the only guy there that's doesn't look like
under the age of 40.
I'm the only guy that doesn't look like John Jacob who came back from hunting. You know what I mean? In this area, like I stick out. I mean, I was just wearing like a t-shirt and shorts, but I stick out like a sore thumb out there. Let me tell you what. I'm the only guy without the Chris McGraw beard.
Nice.
I'm the only guy who didn't go to the Cabela's to get all of their outfits on. So we go from there and
So Pump It Up would have been a real stretch out there.
Yeah, I requested it. They didn't seem to know what it was.
It's terrible.
And so
I bet you got a whiskey or Tennessee whiskey though.
Yes, we did get Tennessee whiskey.
He did also send me a wagon wheel, but I couldn't quite hear it.
Yeah, I was pretty far. I was in the back I was on the deck at that point.
Is that where Santa Claus is at or no?
No, that was the next bar.
Okay, so you go to the next bar, another live band.
They all seem to have live bands out there, and for how small a town this is, we're talking like it's probably like 3 blocks worth of downtown. There's probably about 9 bars in that 3 blocks stretch.
Damn, that's kind of shocking that they're able to.
In the summertime, they do have a lot of like activities, and they have actually this week or next weekend they have Country on the River out there, or Country Line River Fest is called now.
And she was telling me about this. I thought they canceled that stuff.
No, they got
Chris Stapleton.
No, they do have the names are not too bad actually. They had Scotty McCreery on Friday, who's well known.
Bad.
They got Hardy on Saturday.
Peter's
nice.
boy,
and then they got Jordan Davis on Sunday.
Okay,
there's a few other people under that I've heard of before as well. So it's kind of interesting. So, but I guess it used to be on like there's like an island there, and that island always floods. So they moved it to like when you drive into town. It's kind of like the airport. It's over there now, so it's like
by the airport.
It's just like a flat piece of land, basically. Is all it's on. And then so you go to the next bar. They had a really very odd band. The next one, it was a. I'm not quite. This one had like 5 ham signs in this bar. I wanted to see, but they were all like the size of my entire like car, so I couldn't really, couldn't steal one.
Oh damn!
Thought about it though. But the band was like the singer and the 2 singers were like probably somewhere in the ballpark of like our age to Brian Hamilton's age, somewhere in that ballpark.
Okay.
And the guitarist, the drummer, and the and the piano player were probably closer to my parents' age.
Wow.
It was a very eclectic mix, and they were all over the map what they were playing. But they were getting Santa Claus. I see where Santa Claus goes when it's not Christmas time.
Yeah, nice time.
Santa Claus letting the hips loose a little bit.
He was getting loose. He was, this one girl came on. I forget what song they were playing when she. I think it was
probably Freebird.
I think it was like a Fleetwood Mac song that they were playing, and she started dancing, and Santa Claus popped right up.
Oh, jeez.
And just started rolling over there.
What's what are these bars open till?
They're open till like 2.
Okay. All right. So then Saturday.
But no late night food options, boys.
Oh, baby.
So you got to have it ready.
Shit, you're lucky to get evening food out there, let alone late night.
Oh
food.
yeah.
Oh really?
I mean, places close. Like the restaurants are open probably like 8 or 9. But there's nothing there's one McDonald's I think it opens. I'm not sure what time it's open till. It's not 24 hours.
That's crazy.
The funny part at the rehearsal dinner night, I went and got some beers. First of all, cash bars after a certain time is awful when you only have one waitress. Chris goes up there, or I go up there to get some beers for us, and he's talking, and they start talking about when they're going to eat. Like they had to know specifically when they were going to eat on Saturday. Like Doherty and Frank.
They need to know what time, if they were having breakfast, if they're going to do lunch, what they were going to do.
On our group, it's nothing like that.
They're trying to plan their drinking around it, or are they trying to just make sure that they need food at a certain time?
I have no idea.
Because I could totally get that. Like you're going to be drinking all day, you got to know if you're going to have a meal or not.
I'm assuming that they like if it's breakfast, they're trying to set a base for drinking later on. Because I don't plan on doing that much drinking between that and the wedding.
Famous last words.
I don't
plan on doing that much drinking.
You know what's funny?
But I mean, we're going to be at a casino. Me and Peter don't really do anything at the casino. I don't know what else is really on the tap for this.
Which casino are you guys going to?
Hollywood.
There's a Hollywood over there.
Out there.
No, it's literally right next to the venue, apparently. Okay.
Didn't they used to have one on a steamboat out there?
There is a one out there. I think it's the river. I think it's in Indiana though. It's on the river. It's right across the border in Indiana.
No.
That's a horseshoe, but no, I think the riverboat is now out in Elgin.
Oh, Elgin. Okay.
Yeah.
There used to be. That's the first time I ever went to a casino. I went there. I didn't gamble at all.
That's where Frank's dad used to work.
It was so depressing. It was insane how depressing it was.
I got to bet the line tomorrow.
Play the field.
Well, so we got a couple. So I figured on this podcast, we definitely, our buddy John getting married. Throw out some of the funny stuff because these are guys that we have not seen. Lauren's never met any of these guys. These were some of our formative years of drinking. Well, these are the reason we are alcoholics. And we're just throwing out story after story after story. And she's just like, Jesus Christ. She's like, how have I never met these guys, first of all? Secondly, you have some insane stories.
They all stopped and we didn't.
Well,
they kind of grew up. We didn't. Yeah.
The best part was Frank. They had the grooms do a couple of the grooms talk, Frank the Tank came up and talked, and he's like, "Yeah, if it wasn't for Agent John getting married, we would have, I'd
have never met my wife.
I would never met my wife, and they took a long time, which is great, but then we kind of had to get married really quickly, and
I don't really want to go into a different story.
Yeah, I don't really want to go into that story.
Didn't have to, but just decided to.
Well, he's a good Christian boy.
Good Catholic boy.
Good Catholic
better man than
Which also shocked me that they did like a grace before we ate dinner.
But
that blew my mind.
John said it's not a religious ceremony, correct?
Yeah, but they did like a little prayer
His sister
before.
Did a little,
yeah.
But she might be religious, and she just wants to.
It just kind of blew my mind. I wasn't expecting it.
Okay, so Saturday you go hiking.
Did a hike? Yep.
Where did you hike at?
It's right across the Iowa border. The city's right on the Iowa Mississippi River, which is on the Iowa Wisconsin border there, in the southwestern corner of the state. So there's 2 parks that are right on the other side. The first one's called Pikes Peak, and the second one is called Effigy Mounds. So we did the Effigy Mounds one. It's like a 4-mile loop, and then you can do this other extra 2-ish miles to go to this other outlook. And I was like, yeah, why not? So we get, as we're going there, it's like getting less and less, less and less nice terrain, And so we made it all the way through there. It was hot as heck. It was hot as fuck out there.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was profusely.
We're all under our heat wave.
So you have to go.
Insane.
So the trail starts with you have to walk up an elevation probably about, I think they said it's 400 feet, and that's where you kind of start at the base point. Yep. So by the time I got to that point, I was already profusely sweating.
Oh, come on.
I was already.
Who are you kidding? You're getting out of the car and you're sweating.
You're standing there.
You're not even getting out of the car and you're sweating.
So by the time I'm like, well, we might as well keep going. I'm not going to get any sweatier at this point.
It reminds me of you say get off the train. The one time me and Chris went running and I stupidly took off just in Rosemont, took an off train and we got so lost. I was like, this is insane. That's how it's so quick.
Yeah, it's a very clear trail. You'd have a hard time getting lost in this one.
Yeah, no, we got pretty lost. And the reason it was an issue is we kept getting cut off by water, and you're not trekking through this crap water because it was right by. It's like a little swampy water. It was stupid. So okay, that sounds good. And then what time did you get home on Sunday?
We got home. I got to my house about 4:30ish.
Nice.
Just in time for us to finish our first game.
Yeah, I would never made it downtown.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, the boys last weekend we do this beautiful podcast here. Second time we've done this. This check out 146. Same podcast, new spot. This is the spot we did this from. We'll be back hopefully in Pat's backyard next weekend.
Maybe.
Hopefully.
If it doesn't rain.
Yeah, it doesn't. I mean, we would have done it tonight, but then Chris reminded me that we didn't give you the stuff back, so that's why we're here.
Not packing the car up at 10:30 to do that.
Hell no. So we go from here. So and again, I think we talked about this, but we did Ryan's block party for an hour. Said hello to him. Then we go all the way down to Franklin's.
Well, then we did the podcast, and then we went down to Franklin's in Pilsen.
Housewarming party, where out of nowhere, our buddy Mark, who we walk in, we're like, "Hey, Mark." He's like, "Hey, guys." Mark was just randomly there. Franklin had invited him to the housewarming.
Franklin's a nice guy, you know.
He is.
Yeah.
You can't go wrong inviting Hamilton, right?
No, definitely not. He thought he invited the different Hamilton, but he invited Mark Hamilton.
He thought he invited Kevin?
No, Brian. He had Brian. He thought Brian was coming, and then Mark came, and he's like, "Oh, hey, how you doing?" And
did Brian ever go?
No, Brian
never showed up.
So we go there. He had, there was like 4 or 5 people there. Within a half an hour, they were like, "Oh, we're going to go home now." We have, ladies and gentlemen, we have a knack for anytime we come to a party, people leaving within 30 minutes.
Was it not a daytime party, though?
Yeah, it was. Oh, yeah.
You
guys showed up at like 9 o'clock?
We showed up, I think, about like 8:30.
Yeah, and they were gone by.
I was so off on that one.
No, I mean, we would have been there sooner had it been like, if it didn't take 10 minutes for the Uber to get here, and then we didn't have to drive the 90. The 90 was still trash.
It was
like
awful.
7:45, 7:50.
There's no easy way to get to Pilsen.
So then, ladies and gentlemen, we drink him out of beer pretty much. Play beer pong. Me and Chris.
You and Joe.
Me and Joe dominated in beer pong. Ladies and gentlemen, check it out. Shorts at Podcast SMP at YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter.
Was Franklin's roommate there?
No,
he was there originally, and then his parents were in town. They did like the touristy stuff, and they never showed back up when we were there, at least.
Crazy story. His mom watched on Netflix, I think, Worst Roommates, and was so terrified of that she did
got a background check on Franklin.
Makes sense, I guess. Franklin's 40 years old. This dude's like 22. It's kind of an odd combination, but
I mean, I guess it's kind of weird to room with some random person.
It is.
It's not weird, but it's unusual. It's an unusual situation.
So we get there, we tattoo that ass up. I have a great time. We run him out of Coors Light. Decide to go. He wants to show us the bars around him, and they're all karaoke bars in Chinatown.
Well, no, the first one we went to was a speakeasy,
Sorry,
which was kind of nice. It was definitely a nice bar. Played some good music.
Mark and Franklin go up to this group of girls and like, no.
It's girls' night.
Girls' night.
So that wasn't successful with them as the enjoy experience the one night?
No,
absolutely not. We had a nice drink. We go to karaoke. I go right up to the speaker, throw up on my girl.
He was looking for you, Pat.
We jammed out, ladies and gentlemen. Got the whole, like, these huge group of girls came out of like some, like, the karaoke room, came out, danced and sang with us.
And instantly left.
As soon as the song on, they walked right out the door.
I mean, I did hear you guys singing, so.
Yeah.
Listen, I heard us a couple times. I'm like, oh, God, we are bad.
Oh, it was terrible.
It was. I think a few people were a little bit off, a little bit behind the other ones.
It was like nails on chalkboard.
It was it was a little dicey. It wasn't.
You don't have to sugarcoat it. It was bad.
It wasn't the best performance I've heard of the group.
But we weren't even that drunk. The crazy part is, I was pretty sober.
I don't know. Some of the eyes and those chefs did not look too great for some people.
So then Franklin wants to take us out to these Pilsen bars, and we're like 3 or 4 tall white guys, and he wants to go to like a salsa club. And we're like, Frank, this is not going to work out for us. We'll just go.
I guess Chris salsa it up a little bit.
I could do it a little bit.
He could do a little bit. We decide we're going to go.
Brian Hamilton this lady friend and her friends wanted to go to a late night bar, so they chose the only late night bar that's worth going to in Chicago.
The Hang-Uppy.
The Hang-Up.
You guys are going to a two and 3 weeks?
Oh,
Yeah, it was terrible.
it was the
We get
worst
there.
decision of our lives.
Oh, we get there. All of her friends leave. Grecia leaves within
in like 3
15
minutes of seeing it.
Well, I mean, she's probably never been there, and she's like, why am I here?
Oh, she's been there.
I mean, you thought me and Peter and Joe may have been glossy night over.
Was the Alex girl there?
We don't know. They were
yeah.
gone.
They were
Only
gone by
Grecia
the-
and Brian were there, and
What's Grecia's kind of birthday, right?
yeah, and Brian Hamilton his eyes were glossed over
Oh,
really
he's
good.
donezo. So I'm kind of sober. Chris is kind of sober.
Had a few too many of those seltzers.
Yeah, we're shooting the shit.
A couple nooners.
We just Chris and me are like, let's get out of here. Let's call it a night. We on the way out, and I'm like, I'm just not drunk enough. Like I'm not. I'm tipsy
Oh yeah,
enough.
this was a great decision. After
I'm tipsy enough to make a really stupid decision on my way out.
we bought 2 beers. I think it was like
Oh, I thought,
2:30.
I thought we were gonna get a sidekicks. You know.
No, thank God.
No. I out the door Jaeger bombs.
Fun fact though.
This kid bought Jaeger bombs on his way out.
That's kind of crazy.
We so $60. I was so pissed at myself. I woke up in the morning like, you are the dumbest man alive. Why would you buy $60
You're the dumbest
shots
man alive.
to walk out the bar? How dumb can you be?
See what happens when I'm not around. You yell at Peter.
I get home.
You turn around, like all of a sudden, like you're talking. All of a sudden, you turn around. And there's Pierre with 4 shots, and you're just like, "What the fuck happened?"
Did you
Good
guys-
times, ladies and gentlemen. Great times. Volleyball was great. We had a really good time. Sunday was tremendous.
We played pretty decently, even though we lost.
I went to a farmer's market. I did a whole thing. I had a whole Sunday because I was so freaking
I'm excited.
sober.
I'm really excited for a 7:30 game on Sunday here.
Yeah, that's not what
It
everybody's
is what
hoping.
it is, my friend.
Pat, you got to visualize how we're gonna win.
Oh, that would be
Default.
so. Oh, there's a good, really good chance that can
we're gonna
happen.
forfeit to the other team.
Yeah, pretty much.
I don't know. I gotta start doing the rounds. See who's gonna be there actually, because Joe's in Ireland. Rachel will be there. Franklin should hopefully be there. This will be Franklin's last game.
Yep.
Joe will be there for the playoffs. Brian and Grecia should be there, and Lauren will be there.
The what's it called? Did you know there's a 5 a.m. bar on Milwaukee Avenue across from like where the old Blue Angel used to be?
Get the hell out.
We're-
Is it connected to the
That
pizza
no,
place?
it's up the block a little bit. It's called Thirsty, I think it's called.
Oh God, that
No
just
idea.
sounds awful.
Yeah.
there are a lot
why
of
would you
really late night
mention
bars
that?
here.
I'm just saying, I was just shocked by that. I was looking at something online. I think I was looking at like who's playing at the Labor Day one over Labor Day. You know, they got the festival on the by like Superdog and like somehow the band.
Oh, the Gladstone
When
Park
I clicked on
Festival.
the one band,
Did we miss that? We've missed that 2 years in a row.
No, we went 2 years ago. I don't think they had it 2 years ago because of the pandemic.
Okay.
But we missed it last year for sure. But
We missed this year. Sorry.
Well, this year's
Oh,
Labor Day
yeah.
weekend.
Oh, okay, great.
You may miss it because you may want to go see Fisher play.
Oh, okay. Keep
So
going.
We'll see what happens here. But and then I click the band and the bar they're playing. I'm like, where is this bar? And I click it and it's like 5 a.m. bar, open 4 a.m. on Friday. I'm like, so I saw it was 4
Jesus.
a.m. like on a Wednesday. I'm like, what the fuck? Who's
There's
going to this
another.
place?
There's a bar on Belmont that's by Kuma's Corner. No.
No, it's
No,
on
it's
Central
up a little
Park.
bit, yeah. It's up a
Yeah.
little bit,
I talked
That's
to
another
me.
fun.
Pat drove past. I'm like, Pat, this is a 5 a.m. bar. I'm like, he's like, what? I'm like, yeah.
Who would need? I just. But it's like almost every night of the week. It's almost open.
Yeah, they are.
right?
They are. Yeah.
That bar that's on Central Park is open like every day
Yeah,
till
this
like
one
4
too
or
is open
5.
like till 4 a.m. That's crazy.
We should do it like on a Wednesday. Just end up being, or like on our way to work, just stop by and be like, all right, this is what I want.
I mean,
to
you got to hope for like a 4th of July, where like 4th of July is a Thursday, and you walk into that bar on like Wednesday night and see who the hell's in there.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah, these local bars, I'm not quite sure. It's interesting.
Okay, that recaps this nice little.
That tells you about the neighborhood bars that are open till 5 a.m.
So we're not really alcoholics, but we're kind of alcoholics.
So there are not one but two 5 a.m. bars within probably walking distance of my house. If I really wanted to stretch the boundaries.
There you go.
That walk to
that'd be a long
to
walk.
Sidekicks is a decent walk.
The other
though.
one's a decent one too. It ain't a short walk either.
You're right. Yeah,
You gotta go
I was
Me and
Peter
thinking
would be closer.
tomorrow we could think about if they don't go out late. I mean, not that we have to go out late, but we can maybe probably have a drink around here if we're gonna have to Uber home, and we're gonna have to
Depends
drop
on what time it gets off
Yeah.
and what time you get back and everything like that.
Yeah. Okay, just want to do a
Or
shout
go
out.
straight to the bars.
We could do that too, but
I
then
mean, it sounds like the venue. The thing ends at 12 midnight. You got to
Oh,
figure.
it goes till 12, huh?
Yeah, 'cause
maybe
the-
11 or 12. I don't know.
We don't know.
Most places are like 11. Unless
The
you pay
dance
for
floor
your
doesn't
shower.
open till
I told you. You told me about that.
The dance floor isn't open until
9:10.
9:10.
And if you're in a hotel, it's almost automatically 11 because you can't. The rules are this: you can't have music louder than 11.
It's
But
not-
it's not an hotel.
It's not a hotel.
Like mine's do. Like mine, for example, the dance floor ends at like the music stuff ends at 11. I think 11, 11:30, 1 or 2, and then I'm doing like at the hotel restaurant. I'm having like a little after hour thing.
Nice.
And then me and Peter will be taking our talents down the block on Madison Street. So if you're out in Madison Street on November 4th, 5th, you can come meet me and Peter. We'll buy you a drink.
I do
An
want
ice cold Coors Light.
Take Katrina's dad.
ice cold. Sorry.
You can
So
buy
I want to do a
Katrina's
shout
dad.
out here. So at the rehearsal dinner today, Pat, a couple of guys started talking about a podcast, and it's called "I've Heard It Both Ways." It reminds me of Mike Rose. He's got a podcast. It's called actually. Let me see that real quick. But they haven't done a podcast. They only did 6 podcasts. They haven't done one since January 2022.
Damn.
Slackers.
And then we told them about our podcast, and they were astonished by the way. So
How many we have in a
Yeah.
row?
Consistent we are.
yeah, it's insane. So Mike Rose podcast is called The Way I Heard It, and
We're just dedicated to stupidity, right?
We're, as John likes to put it, and it's a great example, we're just big dumb animals.
100%.
That's the big part for me. Yeah.
You're a little big this way.
You're a little wider than most people. You're a little wider than most.
Oh.
You're big. We're big one way. We're big one the other way. You know what I'm saying?
I go the other way, guys.
Yeah, tiny.
You got the tiny, but you got the wide and the tiny. But so I saw it so bad for Lauren today. So not only did she have to hear our big dumb animal stories as we were growing up, then she had to hear me talk about our podcast for good. I was selling these guys. Brian Doherty is locked and loaded into our podcast. I might bring them a couple of shirts. I have so many extra shirts.
Frank, all of them subscribed. Frank, Ray, Brian, they were all.
So 3 new. Welcome
Getting the
to
numbers up.
also to the.
Are they in the YouTube subscriber or are they on the?
They're on the regular one.
Oh, fuck it.
I just
Nobody likes to watch podcasts, Pat. They don't want to see our ugly faces.
I do want to say thank you to the. Don't we one yet, Pat? I'll do one more. Why not? Oh, that was so
Good
bad.
hands, good hands,
That's gonna
good
be
hands.
clip. That's gonna be the clip of the week.
That was a good throw.
That was a great throw.
That's what was great hands by Peter. Peter, the hell, asshole! That's my couch, you stupid.
I mean, I was gonna wonder like the one that I just threw and he missed. He just decides.
Oh, and thank God it was only a little squirt.
Fucking Peter McGraw
Did you-
hands of stone over here, you
Chris,
bitch.
did you spring for the Scotch guard?
No,
No Scotch guard.
That was God's
no Scotch guard.
I forgot what I was gonna say now. Thanks, guys. Got
them all discombobulated.
You were going to do a shout out.
So, but yes, to that podcast. I hope everybody listens to it. Poor Lauren had to hear all our dumb stories. Oh, shout out to the 10 new subscribers that have joined this podcast this week. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully you
Wait, is it 10 plus the people you just content
No,
to it?
3 new ones plus.
Okay.
So it's 13 new people this week.
Nice. Very nice.
I'm doing God's work. You guys are welcome.
Nice. Yeah. Apparently, Peter's going to tell us about the logistics of our podcast here.
What do you mean?
How long people are listening.
Oh, that's a great call. That's a good one to go with. Here, you want to hear something crazy? So,
We're gonna hear something
Do we
crazy, too.
immediately dip off once Peter starts talking about other podcasts?
Possibly.
no, you dumb.
He's going to give us the statistics.
Guess how many licks it takes for a Tootsie Pop?
How many licks to the center of a
I
Tootsie
don't
Pop?
know what this came up, and I thought this was insane. And it's because it's really like it's not a scientific actual one number.
Does it depend how wet your tongue is or something?
Not exactly. It just depends on the person, I guess. How big their tongue is,
I want
probably.
to go 100.
Chris,
I'm going to go a little higher. I'm going to go 130.
it's anywhere from 134 to 411 licks.
Jesus.
Isn't that like the most ridiculous range?
That is a pretty,
It's a pretty substantial range.
All right, let me see if I can figure out. I don't know why, but it caught mine. I thought that was like a good kind of.
I wasn't too far on the low
I thought you were
range
giving
there.
us statistics about the podcast.
Shut up, you dumb
not
mother.
random weird
I just want to give you a
statistics.
random statistic there, right?
Okay.
Shut your stupid ass.
He's
All right,
trying to
let's
figure it
go.
out. He was letting me know about some things earlier today.
Okay, so the view. Oh my God, we're up to 20,000 views.
Hot damn.
That's insane. Watch time is 87.7. So that's hours. I don't know what that
That
really
seems
means.
pretty bad if we have
Yeah,
for
that
probably
seems pretty
episodes
bad.
we
We're
have.
plus 17 subscribers over the last 28 days. So so we're up 87.7 hours in the last 28 days.
Okay, that seems not too bad.
Let's see here. Or guess what our gender percentages are?
99% male.
Yeah, it's not female at all.
84% male, 15% female. That's
What's the 1%
I
other?
want to meet the 15% that listen to
No,
this.
you
I want to
don't.
know what the 1% other is.
you don't want to meet the women.
They don't identify as the
So I
gender,
can't
Chris.
give you. If I had my laptop, I feel bad. But if I had my, so you want to get the age group? What do you think the age group is?
18 to 45.
18 to 34.
18 to 20. Actually, 25 to 34 is our top.
Nice.
27%. We got the 18 to 24 is at 19%.
That's peak advertising, right? That's what
Yeah.
they just want.
Come on, Coors Light. What do we have to do for you, you son of a bitch?
Yeah,
Just-
come on.
They're just lying in the weeds, man.
Okay.
They're
And then
late.
guess what you know what the number one geography is.
The United
what?
States of America.
It's actually not. It's
Wait,
kinda crazy.
are we going country-wise or
Yeah,
just?
countries.
Oh,
Sorry.
USA.
Guess what that percentage is?
I'm going to say 57.
So some bots listen to us probably like 80, 90%.
48%.
Only 48% of people listen to us are in the U.S. what are the bots?
I'll give you the. I can only give you the next two. I can't.
What are the
'cause
bots in Russia like leaning off of this
United
podcast?
Kingdom is 6%. Poland is 4%.
Oh, the Polish love us, baby.
Who in Poland is listening to this? We don't speak a word of Polish.
Well, we look good. That's all I can
We
say.
appreciate the United Kingdom and,
Yeah.
and Poland for.
Jiviets is all I know. I don't even know
You know what's the top short, which is kind of crazy, is you two taping up Joe's apartment. That's got 55,100 views.
You got to put the talent on the camera.
The top video is the discussion of the NASCAR at 143. I don't think that's right though. That's got to be in the last 28 days because I think Chris's joke had like 500 views.
There's one of my like little
I feel like
experts.
the one about Joe's dad might be a top.
Yes,
one.
you're right. That his story was pretty ridiculous. They asked me
Yeah.
what podcast they should listen to get the best vibe, and I told them go listen to one where we were super drunk. Like, that's a good
he's
one.
like talking
So
about
2
you.
weeks ago?
Yeah, you and Joe couldn't talk.
It was a good one. I have really enjoyed that podcast, even though
I don't remember any of
it's kind of funny.
podcasts.
Oh, that's not good.
That doesn't
Okay.
surprise me.
So Pat, I do have two things I want to come into. Did you guys look at any of the alien stuff that's coming out right now?
No, you told me to look at it. I haven't looked at it yet.
No.
Maybe this is probably a little bit more.
We
bit.
got enough issues in this of our own universe, let alone about other ones.
I listened to on
That's fair.
on
That's
the
fair.
radio though. They asked this guy. One of the senators asked this dude, was there biomaterial? And they're like, yes. Was it human? Was it Earth or earthbound or non-earthbound? And he said non-earthbound. This is a guy. The guy that they deposed was he worked for the government in the
Area 51?
No, in the unidentified. He's got like an actual title, but I thought this is how I remembered it. He's a part of the unidentified.
What
flying
prompted
objects.
this?
Because here's the thing. He is a little jaded. He was looking for a promotion or something, and then they didn't get it, so then he left and they blackballed him and this, that, and the other thing, and he's just like, forget it, I want the world to know. So he left and he's been spewing everything. So America has, since the 30s, supposedly since the 30s, America's had alien craft and actual aliens.
Nice.
I just have a hard time. I mean, I'm not saying that life doesn't exist in other
And
galaxies.
but hold on before you get into that. He has said that people who have tried to come out and, CIA takes them out.
I'm just saying I don't.
Like
I'm
takes them out, or just
Takes
like,
them out, Chris.
I'm not saying
Oh,
that,
nice.
I'm not saying there's not other life on other planets. It's a possibility for sure, but the thing that they're that much more advanced than I don't know. To us, it
I
seems
mean, they
weird.
figured out inter space travel, intergalactic
That's what I'm
travel.
saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It just
I
seems-
can't
They're
imagine-
smarter than us.
just seems odd.
I don't know. It's tough. This is
They can crash land here,
this
and
guy
we can't crash land there.
testified in front of Congress.
Yeah, because no one's ever allowed to Congress.
No, okay, that's
Sammy
true.
Sosa has.
That's true. That's true.
I did
So is
not
Rafael
have sexual
Cabrera.
relations with that woman.
He's also worked for the government in the agency.
He's misremembered.
They can't deny it, or they can't deny that he didn't work. Then Bob Lazar, he also worked at Area 51.
Ooh, Bobby. I love Bob.
I'm just saying this is. You know what's crazy? Here's the real thing. All right, you guys have not listened. Didn't catch anything on the news about it.
Nope, I only heard about it.
We're
on the radio.
talking about alien craft, other alien life, human life, maybe potentially, or a similar bio whatever, and nobody. There's not a discussion in the. It's not a discussion in the news. Really, it's not a big thing. You literally have to just kind of catch it and be like, it's got to catch your mind to go and actually look it up.
Because it's not newsworthy.
How is that not newsworthy? How does that not freak your mind out?
Because the Earth is cooking literally right now.
That's true too.
I mean, you're literally looking at the hottest July
shouldn't we be
ever.
thinking like, all right, maybe we need to go?
We're not going to be here to wait long enough for the aliens to come kill us. Or we're killing ourselves.
They talked about the 100 years. I read an article that 100 years, Earth is not going to be. They're talking even
we'll be
the Atlantic.
anyways.
Yeah, we'll be gone. But the Atlantic.
They're talking about the Atlantic coast being gone in 50 years.
Yeah, because
because of flooding.
Nice. Chicago will be oceanfront property.
It's insane. And we're not doing anything about it.
Positive.
We're not doing
because global warming is fake, sir. Pollution is fake.
Once the lake gets a little deeper, we're gonna be closer to the lake, guys. Be much easier to get to volleyball.
So I love how you guys are just like we're not gonna talk about aliens. Well, maybe I'll bring Joe into this.
Well, you need to give us more information. You need to give us more time
podcast.
than on Wednesday to be like, hey, read about the alien stuff. Let's have a discussion.
Let me know when that podcast is. I'm gonna skip that one.
Why would you skip it? Why are you not interested in aliens at all?
Never been someone that's interested in me.
But how does that? I just don't get you just like stuff in space is what if these people what if these aliens just come over and try to take us over? Like this is
well,
gonna whoop their
then I'll
ass.
deal with it at that point.
It does. That's so crazy to me that
there's real problems that we can deal with.
We're not talking about but think about this. There are other life beings.
That's what Space Force is for, right?
There are other life beings in the universe.
This is what Space Force is for, right? We saluted Simile at the Cubs game. She's out there protecting me right now. I can worry about.
Have you ever seen
things.
The Simpsons where you put a nail on the board and you chase them away, and that defeats the aliens? That's all you need to worry about.
I've seen signs. I got a ton of liquid death. I'm gonna throw some water on them. I'm good to go.
You guys make me sad.
Have you ever seen Scary Movie 3? They pee through their finger.
America, this is what's wrong.
Just don't let them put their finger in your mouth. That's where they pee from.
You two are what's wrong.
You want to go sit in the corner with a little boil thing over your head?
I want to talk about it. I want more news.
Hey, calm down. We're not in your apartment here.
I want to hear some stuff. I want more information. Don't you want the government to tell you what's really going on in the world?
Then why aren't you
tired of the government holding your hand?
The U.S. The U.S. average person can't handle the truth. So no, I don't think it's a good idea for the government to give out a bunch of things.
That's a valid argument.
Come on, is that really a valid argument?
These morons, what do these morons do when Trump starts speaking? They're in the Capitol.
Hey, the views of Patrick Lynch and Trump's follower, or the Republican Party, are Pats and Pats only, okay? Don't be getting me in any of that shenanigans.
I mean, when you get some people that are trying to sue Bud Light and they're rallying behind the guy for suing Bud Light,
when people are believing that JFK faked his death to come back as QAnon leader, come on now.
I mean, yeah, there's some things that you probably don't need to share with everybody.
But I think aliens. I think if there's other potentially other humans in the universe.
I think at this stage, there's enough evidence out there that you can't just sit there and be like, no, it doesn't exist.
You,
you
Chris.
just need to come out and be like, hey, yeah, we got craft, we got stuff. We've gotten we've had crash landings here. We don't have a live specimen.
How do you think you've gone from horses and buggies to where we are now in 100 years?
Are you thinking that's alien technology?
For sure.
Henry Ford was an alien.
Okay, now you guys are going conspiracy. Now you're getting me a little scared. You're making me nervous.
But I know there's obviously you can't.
There's a reason America's weapon technology is better than everybody else's.
You can't tell people nowadays that you're stupid and there's no such thing as other life forms. I mean, you've been proven you've gone to Mars and you've dug up frozen specimens of other living objects out there.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. So there's other things that live in the universe, and you can't just at this stage it's over with. You got to be come out and just be like, hey, yeah, we have.
I don't see that. I don't know if it's a good thing that we'll see.
It'll rally the world.
I think it's very interesting.
You ever seen Independence Day?
But I also don't you think shouldn't that be bigger news? What's the hot topics this week at the news are. The MLB trade deadline.
Oh, Mitch McConnell died on TV today.
Did you guys see that? Did you see Mitch McConnell? Literally, this is insane.
I didn't even know he died.
No, he did die.
He basically died on TV.
He
just froze for 30 seconds.
First of all, he is 81 years old. Yeah. Why is he the House Majority Leader?
Because all these people, because there's no term limits
or age limits. He's got to be the Senate Minority Leader.
They're fine. Whatever he is, he is. He's one of the big boys. He's somebody you have to work with.
Isn't the Senate Republican? No, it's Democrat now, right?
Democrats. The Senate's Democratic. The House is Republican.
He's the minority leader.
So I'm sorry. You're right, Chris. He, 81 years old. He took a fall, hit his head, was out cold for a good amount of time.
Wait. I've gotten more news about Joe Biden falling at some graduation ceremony back in May, and I've yet to hear about this Mitch McConnell thing until today.
I'm just telling you right now. He was in a TV interview where like they asked him questions.
That's what I'm saying.
And basically his brain stopped working for like a good minute or two.
Mid-sentence, stopped.
I can't get aliens.
Stopped.
I can't get aliens. I can't get Mitch McConnell falling on his face.
And Mr. Aaron's got a good internet block. He's got you working over there.
I mean, all I can get is MLB trade
for sure.
All I can get is MLB trade rumors and the fact that this has been the hottest July ever. I mean, what the hell's going on?
Dude, I'm telling you. So mid-sentence stops. 26 long seconds. 1, 2 to 26. And then the other Senate guy that was there literally took him away. They slapped him, gave him a little... like that fucking
smelling salts.
Smelling salts. Comes back and pretend like nothing was wrong. Dude legitimately had a stroke on TV, and they tried to play off like it's no big deal.
No big deal. He's just leading the
Thank you for bringing that up, Pat. That's another thing.
And you wonder why they don't not letting alien secrets out. This guy is so old he can't remember anything he told him last week.
And then the lady,
we don't have terminals is beyond my belief.
The
How
lady
we don't
in
have age
California,
limits.
she's legitimately got dementia.
Because they have to enforce. They have to like put it on themselves.
Yeah, and they won't.
They have to vote for themselves to do it.
So true.
This is
You can only have Obama for 8 years, but you get Mitch McConnell for 45.
this is bullshit. You gotta let the American people like vote on this.
Well, no,
themselves.
we have to take over, and we have to come in there, and we have to vote in people who
Here's
are.
what we do: we stand with the Capitol, and we want for term limits. All right?
Oh, can we?
Pat, we'll put you on one of those ladders.
Yeah.
That go. Do, do, do.
No, I can climb a ladder unlike that moron.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
Do.
Do, do. Geez, that really did piss me off this week. This dude, he's 81 years old. First of all, he does look good for his age, but what
Turtle
the
Man.
fuck?
It's a little alien inside him is working overtime on the controls.
Funny story. Turtle Man, Chris. Did you know 16 years ago, the kid who says I like turtles, that 2007 that clip came out. He just repraised his role this year.
Oh, get out! Really?
Yeah,
I gotta find
It
that.
sounds good. The fact he's a little kid is what made it good.
No, it was tremendous. He's scary looking in his zombie stuff.
I want to see this.
And I think the news, I could be wrong, but I don't know if it was the same news reporter, but it was a lady who they did literally script for script for what it was 16 years ago.
I wanna see
it
this
was
now.
tremendous.
How about Nicolas Cage making a comeback? I don't understand this one at all.
He's got a show now though, right?
He's got a movie where he's like a grandpa to some kid, and he's like a assassin. He's in some devil movie now. Like
That's all the devil movie, no?
No. This
Oh, is it another
I
one?
saw, I saw when it was Dracula.
that was Dracula.
Dude,
There's some like
he's
devil-
got to. He's so
He is
done.
like
No,
on
he's,
a
no,
resurgence.
he's cleared his IRS debt.
Oh, nice.
He's like on a resurgence.
That's why,
Like,
that's why he did like 17 years of shitty movies.
he is on everything right now. I cannot believe
Him and
many-
Nickelback making a comeback. They're the comeback kids.
You know who Nickelback's touring with, or who's touring with Nickelback?
I saw this. Give me a second.
It's one of Pierre's favorite country singers.
It was Brantley Gilbert, right?
It is.
No, it's way to get it, Pat.
You know, I know that because I saw a clip of them playing Copperhead Road with him.
Oh,
I
nice.
could not believe when I saw that. I'm like, what?
Nickelback are nice guys. Have you ever? They were on the bars. Listen to some of their stuff on the Barstool podcast. Like they're like nice guys.
They are. I mean, but there's like, it is just like
And their music is not as shitty as people say.
they're at like Tinley Park, and they're like, who's like, it's somebody else, Brantley Gilbert and Nickelback, and it's like the three most random like
I think it's
people.
two
you
country
could-
guys, right?
I don't think it is.
There's
I
some
think
other
it's
country guy I think that I never heard of before.
Maybe.
You probably know who he was.
Gilbert and Jelly Roll were touring a little bit together, and then I think Gilbert and Kid Rock were touring for a little bit.
I don't think it's Kid Rock and Gilbert on
So
this
Gilbert's Bentley Gilbert's walking on anybody these days. Whoever take
one.
him.
I think so.
Oh yeah, no, I think when it was Bradley Gilbert was when he was doing his own little tour, took Jelly Roll with him, and kind of.
How you feel about your boy Jason Aldean getting under fire for everything he says these days?
We actually did talk about this in episode 146. Thanks for listening, Pat. We said
It's a busy week.
We don't.
That song sucks.
We don't care about the music video. Like I get why people would be upset, but I also get why he does it. It's his base. The thing that pisses me off is we have to listen to the song and it's a shit song.
Did you see that he fainted on a basically heat stroke on stage?
Yeah, he did. Yep.
Heat stroke, huh?
Yeah, he had to run off stage.
Yeah, he's good at running off stage.
That's not. He's good at protecting himself. All right. It's not funny, Pat.
I'm not saying this.
I'm
I
still
would do the same thing.
I'm still pissed at that 45 minutes he gave us at Wrigley Field the one time.
No, he gave us longer than that, didn't he?
No, Oh, that first time we saw him at Wrigley
I've
Field.
only seen him once at Wrigley Field.
I've seen him twice.
Well, we've seen him up
Yeah,
in.
Wrigley, he did not go very long.
No,
Well, it was raining also in Wrigley. I remember that.
Yeah, but he only went 45 minutes, Pat. It was like the one time we went to go see Rise
Field?
Against, and they Rise Against.
The
played-
country guys are generally not long guys. Anyways, usually like an hour and a half ish.
Listen, Pat, when what's her face, Kelly Clarkson plays longer than you, and the Deftones played longer than Rise Against, you got some issues.
You didn't go to see the Deftones?
I did not want to see
Nope.
the Deftones. That was
But
garbage.
I thought that Luke played. I thought he played kind of short too.
Well,
I felt
that's
like.
He played an hour and a half.
The fests are like an hour and a half.
Yeah.
That's what you get. It's a fest set. That's what you get.
Pat, did you see Oppenheimer or Barbie?
No, Katrina actually saw Barbie
Oppenheimer.
tonight.
Oh, she thought Barbie tonight.
Yep.
Yeah.
and he didn't go?
No.
Why not?
I heard Barbie's
I
really.
was waiting for you.
I heard Barbie's a real step on the male, like real kicking the guys down.
Well, you don't have a Ken doesn't have a groin, so what can you say?
There you go.
Let him know.
I do want to see Oppenheimer, but I don't know if I want to watch 3 hours of that in a movie theater.
Yeah, no thanks. But I hear that it on the big screen, like the AMC,
I do like all of Christopher Nolan's movies.
I don't know any direct. Like I know Steven Spielberg, but I wouldn't.
So
like,
Christopher Nolan he's done Insomnia, he's done Memento.
Nope.
He's done Inception.
Yes.
Nope.
That was okay.
He did the 3 Dark Knight movies, the ones with Christian Bale.
Never seen them.
Those are good.
He did Interstellar. He did
Nope.
Most recently he did the Tenet movie.
Nope.
And then he did Dunkirk was him as well.
Oh, I love Dunkirk.
I did not see Dunkirk, but
Dunkirk didn't only have like it. The amount of actual talking in that movie is really, really. It's very limited. It's a good movie. Pat, I wanted to get your thoughts. One sports topic because Joe's not here. Your thoughts on the Chicago Cubs surging right now? I think they're
7-game win streak.
Would you?
You know what help? You know helps the Cubs get win streaks? Us not going to the game.
That, but also playing really bad teams. The percentage.
But you're beating the teams they should beat, at least for a change.
Yes, but their 7-game win streak comes against teams that are dead ass last. Or
hey, we broke the White Sox, all right?
but okay, yes,
did break the White Sox.
But here's the thing. Well, that's weird. What do you think about the Cubs? Do you think they should trade or not trade Cody Bellinger?
Well, I'm a little biased because I would like them to re-sign Cody Bellinger. So I think that trading him away would not help that matter. But I don't know if it would hurt it either because I think he's going to hit free agency regardless of where he goes.
Mm-hmm.
I think that they owe it to the fan base at this point to, unless they get blown away by him, an offer-wise, I would keep him. So
in the beginning of this year, you signed Cody Bellinger for the gamble that he would be.
You signed him to a $12 million deal with a $6 million buyout. If he doesn't, if either one declines, so basically you're paying a 1 year, $18 million deal.
And you did that in the hopes that he showed some flashes of to trade him at the trade deadline.
I think you also hope
you've hit the jackpot. Shohei is not going to be traded.
But I think
he's the number one bet you trade.
You also hope that some of the younger guys would be ready to take his place, and none of those guys they brought up have shown anything.
I think you kind of also signed him, and it's not as big of a point. I think your point's more bigger, Peter, but I do think that they had a smidge of an idea that they may possibly contend for a wild card spot. I mean, considering now that you get 3 wild cards instead of the 2.
I mean, if they trade him, I understand why they're doing it.
So I think possibly you're signing him thinking like, oh, hey, if we play somewhat decent, we have a shot at one of the 3 wild card spots. And we have Cody.
But I do
Bellinger
wonder
on the
how
team.
much you're really going to get for a guy that's for usually the guys that are like 3-month rentals you don't get a ton for. A lot of times with the deadline, you get you don't get
very
like
true,
top of
but
the top usually.
Yeah, but
I mean,
it's kind of like what you've done with relievers. You train them up, get them up, and you sell high.
I mean, I think if the Cubs had more bats that were impact bats that were ready at the minor leagues, I think it would be much more of a. I mean, if you get blown away, I'd trade him. I'd trade Starman too if you get blown away.
I mean, I don't think there's anybody really besides
Stroman's opting out. I mean,
yeah, I would. No, I would understand if they kept Stroman, but I'd like to. No, not Stroman. I know they should trade Stroman. He's also not pitched very well, so you're not going to get a lot for him. Anyways.
He's pitched well up to the last few starts. He's pitched very well.
He's pitched well up until
the last couple starts.
No, his last start in his last start in England. Like he hasn't been pitched very well since then.
I think that if you look at the Cubs team, I think there's really, there's one. Swanson's not going to trade because of his contract, and no one's going to trade him that quickly.
You're not trading Nico Horner.
There's only really one untouchable player in that team. Justin Steele. He's the only guy that's untouchable.
Oh yeah. No, here's the thing. But so where I'm getting to is also let's be honest. The Cubs are not winning the World Series this year.
No, they're not.
No.
So would you not rather continue to build for that future growth so that you can have consistent growth?
I think if you think, I think you can trade him and he still doesn't rule out he could re-sign him. I would like to see him. I think he could be a piece of the next team that's to be really good because he's only 28.
He's a young guy. I think,
and he fits a lot of positions the Cubs need. They need a guy who can play first base. They could use a DH probably at some point.
I think
they could use a spot outfielder.
I think it's one of those ones where like you trade him if you get what you're looking for, and if you don't get what you're looking for, you don't trade him. You could still, like I told you earlier, like you can, what is it? You can. What the hell's the thing you do with free agents nowadays? You can only do it once. You can qualify.
He's a qualifying offer.
You can qualify an offer.
I know you're right. So you
get a draft pick with him. Yeah.
And whoever's going to sign him, you're going to get it's going to probably be a very similar draft pick.
It's like a second round pick. I think that's a
no. Yeah, but you're hoping.
But Stroman, you can't get that with because he's already had that.
Yeah, but you get. With Bellinger, you get a pick after the first.
Look what happened last year, right? The same thing happened with Happen and Wilson.
But they signed
because no one was trying to give them what they were looking for, and they knew they had to hold strong, or they were going to be they're going to take advantage.
So they took the qualifying pick with Wilson, and then they re-signed Happ. That's what they ended up doing.
So I mean, like if you get what you're looking for in Bellinger, absolutely trade him away. If you don't. You qualify.
Yes, then I believe in that too.
If they keep
if you're going to qualify that way, if you're getting a boatload of really good prospects,
I mean,
if they sweep the Cardinals right now, they could be in the depending what happens above them, they could be 3 games out of the division by Monday.
But I get you're beating teams that are in front of you, but you're also beating shitty teams. Your schedule gets consistently harder.
Well, they've played a lot of harder teams that they're going to face. I think their second half schedule's easier.
But like what they were talking about on the radio is this next week after they play. They finish with the Cardinals. They play Atlanta. They end up playing Cincinnati. Like they play some decent teams.
And Milwaukee comes in there too. So I'm saying you could be right back where you started, and now you have all these players that you should have traded. You can't look at I don't feel like you should be looking at just the last week. Yeah. I think you really got to have a consideration of what you're going to do.
I think you got. If you don't get blown away, I think you got to keep them. Is what I would do.
But here's the thing: it's going to be short memories. It's the same thing with the Bulls. Everybody wanted the Bulls to trade. The Bulls had the opportunity to make the plan. Everybody was like trade, and they didn't do it. And then they got in the playoffs, and everybody was like, yes, at least the Bulls are in the playoffs. And while everybody was screaming trade.
If they become buyers, I don't think they're buying anybody that's going to cost them a lot of prospects.
Yeah. Okay. So let's get into field. Let's end this beautiful podcast. We got a long day tomorrow. Let's end with
we do.
Feel good stories as we always do. Thank you again for joining us here on this beautiful Friday night. Thank you, Pat, for bringing these beautiful beers. Let's start with 8 habits to take up by age 40 if you want to live decades longer.
Oh,
these are kind of silly. Okay, the 8 habits are being physically active.
Okay, doing that
check.
At least.
Being free from opiate addiction. Check. Not smoking. Check. Manage stress.
I manage stress, but I have a lot of stress.
I would say that's a half.
Half, yeah. So have a good diet. I'd say half 2 again.
Yeah, Monday through
not
Monday
regularly binge drinking. We're done.
We're at 4. We're still 4 of like 6 here.
Have good sleep hygiene, which I think we do.
I sleep well.
I think that's about 5.
Having good social sleep or sleep hygiene means you're getting 7 to 8 hours every day.
I do.
Okay. Having positive social...
here is up till fucking midnight every night.
Except for maybe like Sunday nights, I probably get...
Sunday mornings,
I'm like in bed usually by like 8:30.
No, I'm talking about like, about like Sunday morning,
Saturday morning.
But I usually get a solid like 7-8 hours.
I get somewhere around like 6.
Yeah, but you're not sleeping good because of the drinking.
Yeah, but I'm saying all the other days I get 7 or 8.
Having positive social relationships, which we do.
Yeah.
So I would say somewhere around like 6 out of 8, maybe 5.5 out of 8.
I think the binge drinking is a no, is a check off, and then I would say the couple other ones I had a half on it. I'm a half good.
I'm thinking 5.5 out of 5.5 to 6 out of 8 for all of us.
Yeah, not bad at all.
I think we're gonna. Katrina's grandpa's 96 years old, and the doctor's telling him all these things. He's like, doctor. He's like, all my life, doctor telling me these things, and I'm 96 years old now. I'm like, I can't argue with that one, man.
Yeah, but that's an oddity. You more or less, if you eat healthy, you exercise, everything.
I think moderation is key.
Yes, everything in moderation. I was just about to say that. Thanks for cutting me off. Everything in moderation. I think you're going to be okay.
You weren't fast enough. That's not his fault.
Here's the thing. He's genetically.
So we need to moderate our drinking on Saturdays.
Potentially, but here's the thing. You could just be genetically prone to cancer, and that's unfortunate. And There's nothing you do
True.
if you get stage 3 brain cancer. There's not much you've done. You didn't do anything wrong. It just happens.
You're just out in the sunlight too much.
There you go. Okay. Texas oak tree thought to be extinct discovered in Big Bend National Park. It's kind of cool.
What is Big Bend National? Is that in somewhere in the U.S.?
Big Bend National Park. I got to believe it's in Texas, right?
I would assume
You're
so.
asking
Find it
the
out,
wrong
Chris.
guy.
Yep.
I don't think it's in England. Let's put it that way.
It's in
Ooh, here we
Oklahoma.
go. This one we definitely should probably think about doing. Probiotics enhance cognitive abilities through the gut, a key to aging brain health.
I would say probiotics.
Nice. There you go, Pat. Aren't you just the best person? Let's see if there's anything else here I want to. Historic homes being turned into heritage building materials by these awesome Savannah women. So they're taking down historical homes and turning them into cool building materials.
They're destroying houses.
No,
Yeah.
well, they're getting rid of these houses, but they're not just dumping them.
They're reclaiming what's ever in them.
Yeah.
That national park is in the middle of nowhere.
So it's in Texas.
It is like on the border of Texas and Mexico.
Nice. Maybe Gracie has heard of it. Her family's in that area, right? They're close to the border now.
I don't know. I mean, this is like you're talking
And then a mic, buddy.
I was just talking like off my
The
head
way
here.
Brian described it, he's like, they're not too far from like the border. They're like south.
I mean, this is like you're in between like Juarez and
Little Johnny Cash, Juarez.
Mexico, and like San Antonio.
Okay. All right. So
It's literally in the middle of nowhere.
last two real here. With no in-flight entertainment, Stewart breaks out karaoke for a rousing rendition of Ed Sheeran. We would have killed it there. Just wanted to throw that out there.
No, we would not.
That plane would have been, take me down!
We would have
Open this door, open this door. I can't take it anymore.
How tone deaf we were.
Yeah. Oh my God. Last one, and this was for Lauren. Cat missing for 5 weeks. Found trapped beneath neighbor's floorboard after they hear meowing.
Katrina's grandparents
nice.
had like a cat. They have like they started taking strays, and then like they had a cat that they really loved, and like they got out somehow, and like it was gone for like 4 or 5 months, and it came back.
Ooh, fancy. Smart cat.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you again here for joining us on a beautiful Friday night. It's Friday night. Do. Please hit that like, subscribe. Throw us a comment. Get us in the algorithm. Make sure to subscribe, right, Chris?
Ring the bell.
Ring the bell, baby. You can email Pat Lynch at the smpodcast@gmail.com.
Check it all the time.
Every day.
Check out the shorts, the clips, all the good stuff. Chris, get us out of here, baby boy.
I have nothing this week. Bye.